Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, beautiful people of the internet. My channel is called Sheila Sparkles, and here I'm just showing you my 4-day trip to Queenstown for my birthday. And this is the Airbnb where we stayed. And look at that beautiful skylight. Oh, the weather has been glorious. So it's currently, and look at this grasshopper living his best life. But yeah, so the weather here has been amazing. It's currently summer over this side of the hemisphere, and I'm just showing you, the amenities of my Airbnb, like the bathroom, and then there are a few skylights everywhere. And I highly recommend staying in an Airbnb because you've got a chance to cook as well if you don't want to eat out because it can get expensive and sometimes you just want to eat at home. And now we're traveling to the city center. So this is the town center, and look at those amazing, ginormous mountains. So there's a few mountains here or peaks. So we've got Ben Lomond, we've got Cecil Peak, the Remarkables, and Queenstown is known as the adventure capital of the world. So they've got a lot of like water activities. And this is now the next day, and I'm just showing you the clouds. Oh, look at that. That's just incredible? So there, yeah. So Queenstown is known for its like water activities, skiing, hiking as well. Um, all the sports activity. You can go bungee jumping, as the word says, adventure capital. And this is now I'm in Louis Vuitton because there's no Louis Vuitton where I live, and I just came here for to repair my Nano Speedy, and I'll give you an update on that as well. So I'm just showing you the Yayoi Kusama collection with all the polka dots. And if it's your thing, and this is the Never Full, I'm not particularly attracted to the this collection, but I mean, I could see its appeal to, other people who love polka dots, I guess. And so yeah, and now we're just walking. It's the next day, and we are just enjoying the sunny weather. But mind you, you have to wear sunscreen in New Zealand because there's no ozone layer in this part of the country or in this part of the world. I think it's the thinnest. But yeah, look at that. This is the waterfront view, all the hotels, and this is Lake Wakatipu. So it is apparently New Zealand's longest lake, about 80 kilometers long, and it is fed by glaciers. So expect the water to be very icy cold. And there you go, water activities like what I mentioned earlier. And we're just queuing now to go to TSS Earnslaw. We're doing a Queenstown cruise and Walter Peak gourmet barbecue, and it costs about 150 New Zealand dollars each to do the cruise and also the buffet lunch, barbecue lunch. And it's been highly recommended, and this is our first time to try it. So there you go. So the queue is quite long. As you can see, it's jam-packed, so it's full to the brim. It's very popular and it's one of the most touristy things that you can do in New Zealand. And I highly, highly recommend it 10 out of 10. So here we're just sitting. We actually found a seat on the lower deck. This is the upper deck where there's a cafe where you can order. This is quite a hot day, so if you want to order a lemon lime bitters, which is a common drink in New Zealand, and this is just our passes for the cruise. And so, yeah, this is the lower part of the boat. And this is my husband and all the people who didn't find a seat upstairs, basically. But yeah, so this is again a steamship. So it's a twin screw steamer. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like later on because I guess it's quite cool. I highly recommend visiting Queenstown. It is such, aside from it being so touristy, I actually really love seeing a lot of people. And yeah, it's quite lovely. The view is just stunning, out of this world. And look at all those trees. Oh, it's so mesmerizing. Now, this is now the steamer, and it's actually coal generated, so it's very hot. We actually explored it, and it's really nice if you're into like machinery and stuff. And there you go. Everyone's just having a nice, beautiful chat and enjoying the beautiful view as well. And this is now the steamship. So you can walk around this area as well. You're allowed to, but mind you, there's a lot of people, so you can't just like take your time. And besides, it's a very hot area. But yeah, so but the workers are wearing overalls just for safety, I guess. But I would imagine it'd be very hot because I'm wearing shorts or a skirt on this day, but it's still very hot. Very, very hot. But yeah, that's the steamer. And I'm just walking around the entire length of the boat. Just this is the second time I've been in this ship. I've been before, but I haven't done the lunch buffet, and a lot of, it's been highly recommended. So there you go, just me walking around the length of the boat. And then I'm gonna go to the front of the boat. Well, I'll show you a lot of people are just, basking in the sun. Hopefully, they're all wearing sunscreen because it was a very hot day. But yeah, that's the front of the ship with the anchor and everyone just enjoying the beautiful view of Queenstown, of Lake Wakatipu. And then now we've finally arrived. So it's about 30 to 45 minutes before we arrived at Walter Peak Farm. And there's a sign there where we're supposed to go, like where the buffet lunch was. The barbecue lunch is on one of those red roof, like mansion or massive house. And this is their very neat garden. And we're just queuing. We were actually one of the first people who got in first. So we had a very nice view of the water or of the lake. So it is a freshwater lake, and that's our boat there. And the people were still walking, so yeah, look at that. Very nice view of the lake. It's very relaxing, and our boat is like leaving, and it will arrive and it will come back later on. And then we were just, sitting down and waiting for the waitress to take our drinks. So when you have to order drinks, you have to pay for that. It's not included in the lunch cruise combo. So we just ordered some coffee because I love me some coffee. And here you go. This is the barbecue lunch. Oh, meat lovers delight for both of us. So yeah, it's very fresh ingredients. And here's the sheep. So we've now gone. So after we had lunch, we were ushered to this area. We had to walk for about, must have been a few, like 5 minutes or so to reach this area where the sheep shearing show. So he was like telling us like, how to hold the sheep properly between your legs, and then what type of footwear, because he changed from his hiking boots to this type of shoes. And yeah, the sheep is very docile, it's very cooperative, I must say. And the sheep is absolutely loving being sheared. I mean, take my layers off, human, because I am so hot. But yeah, there you go. Sheep shearing. More. Yeah, sheep's very, very, the sheep's loving it. Yeah, look at that. Loving all the attention from all the people who had just had lunch. And then, aside from the sheep shearing, there was also a dog that herded the sheep. And I think that was a nice show as well. Like to see the dog, like, do all the commands and just herded the sheep to the one area. And that's, if you live in a farm, then that's very interesting. And here we have some baby cow with mom and just chomp, 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 just eating this very nice grass, I believe, high quality, I would say, since Walter Farm is very it's very clean. It's a nice place to visit. And then we have here it's either an alpaca or a llama. I could never tell the difference, honestly, but they're just like sitting down, and one of them is actually on the shade, just trying to cool down, I guess. It was a very hot day this day. That was like February 19 or something. But yeah, and this is now, oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful eyes. Love the shape. Very loves the attention, loves to be touched. I hope so. But yeah, just chilling on the corner there, and is obviously used to being, being cuddled or being held by humans, I feel like, because it's like a petting farm. And they see a lot of tourists here, so that's why. And here are the beautiful gardens. And now we're about to leave the island or this place, this farm, and head now back to the boat. And there you go. And there's this guy on a moon boot, and he's just, there's no stopping him from exploring. That's really lovely. People, if you're, you want to go out, then definitely, if you're in Queenstown, I highly recommend visiting the farm, Walter Peak Farm, and having the barbecue lunch with it because I think it's a good combo. This is the cottage where we had lunch, and we're actually in the upper deck this time, so we got really lucky. So we sat down in the upper deck, watch someone play the piano, and then that other house there is where it's like a souvenir place, and there's also a cafe there. And if you don't like to do the barbecue lunch, then you can just order something from the cafe near that area. But yeah, this is the people there, and then this is now the next day. I'm just enjoying the sun. We're about to leave to go somewhere else, and upstairs at our Airbnb place with my husband. Is kind of weird saying that because we just got married like 2 months ago. But yeah, so this is now, we're back at the city center in Queenstown, and can you just see all those beautiful like mountains? The backdrop is just so stunning here. It's like very picturesque, a lot of greeneries, and the lake is just so lovely too. So here there's a few people just, chilling around. I think this was a Sunday, so there's a Saturday or a Sunday market. And look at this gorgeous girls taking photos in their beautiful dress. Oh, I love it when people dress up. But yeah, here you go again, the view of the lakefront view, and I think we're just gonna have lunch. I think we're trying to have lunch at one of our spots nearby the lake, cause we just like the vibe. So here I have my seafood chowder, and Nick got his burger, and yeah, so these are all the people just having lunch as well. And yeah, we enjoy the food, we enjoy the scenery, and now off to shopping. So this is called DFS Galleria, and it's like, and it's inside O'Connell Mall in the city center. And it's very close to the lakefront. And here they actually like attract the tourists and also the locals because they sell like Loewe and one of those like, nice luxury brands that I love. I love the Loewe puzzle bag, especially in like the smaller size. This is like the small size, but I prefer the cuter option, which is the small size. And then we also have the hammock bag, very quint, essentially Loewe, I would say. And then yeah, so I was just walking around. This is my first time because this mall is quite brand new. And then we've got some Chloe here, canvas, and look at this cute mini bag. It's just TBE, tiny bag energy all the way. But yeah, and then we have here some leather. I actually prefer the leather because I feel the leather is really good compared to canvas because canvas can get dirty or it can't get wet otherwise. I feel like the leather would be lovely. I'm not too sure what type of leather that is though, but yeah, I really enjoyed just, browsing around and having a look at the different types of like bags. And this is just like 4,000 or something New Zealand dollars for this bag. But I guess if you're an international buyer, then you get that tax free. But yeah, this one is in kind of like suede material. And then there's also like, aside from Loewe and Chloe, there's also Burberry, which I didn't go in, but this shearling bag is just the cutest, isn't it? I love touching shearling, or like the fuzziness of it during winter would look so cool. And yeah, this is upstairs is like cosmetic area. And yeah, that's Queenstown. So please like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to see future vlogs. I mainly do like luxury and fashion and lifestyle. So yeah, hope you're having a nice day everyone, and I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye. See ya. To another